Hey everybody, how's it going? Connor here, and I am back with another video. As the title suggests, I was lucky enough to go and see Megadeth quite recently, which is one of my absolute favourite bands. If you don't know who they are a huge metal band that have been around since the 80s, and they form one of the big four, along with Metallica, Slayer, and Anthrax, that, came up around that time and became very popular and have subsequently gone on to make numerous amounts of well received and very popular records and albums. And you know, just getting the chance to go down and see them was a dream come true. Really, they've been on my bucket list of bands to see for a very long time. I've been waiting to, go and see them for them coming back into the UK. And I'll get on to the title in a minute because yes, I did get to actually meet them, and that was kind of a surreal experience. Honestly, just seeing them live wasn't enough for me, and going and actually meeting them and just telling them how much I appreciated their music along with everyone else that was there was a great honor. So it was really something special. And yeah, so unfortunately, they didn't actually come up to Scotland. I had to travel down over 3 days ish, you could say, 2 full days anyway. They came to Cardiff and kind of down south from where I am, and also England. They went to London Wembley Arena, so that was quite fun. It was a little trip away for me, which I've not done before. Traveling to go and see a band. As I am a huge fan of music, so I thought it would be worthwhile to go and travel, and it's definitely something that I'm going to consider doing more often if there's bands that do that in the future. But for this tour, the main headline band that got the most stage time was actually Five Finger Death Punch, and there's also Bad Wolves were supporting if you are a fan of either of those bands, or if not, I would recommend going and having listened to those bands because they were quite enjoyable and they definitely put on a good show. But I was primarily there for Megadeth, so on the Thursday morning I went down a couple of weeks ago, and I had to get up really early because I booked a flight for 7 o'clock in the morning, because if I had got the later on flight in the afternoon, I wouldn't have been able to make the show on time. So unfortunately, I had to get up super early for me. Get to the airport really early as you do to make sure you get through security and everything. But I flew down to Cardiff. It was all smooth apart from a slight delay in the flight, but that was fine. I was, still gonna get there on time and everything, so it's no big deal. But I got there, got over to my hotel pretty quickly because I got early booking as you do. So got to my hotel, all was good, dropped my stuff off, had a little wander around Cardiff and got some food. It was very nice there, I must admit. It was a lot like Edinburgh, if you've ever been, or if you do ever come to Scotland or go to Edinburgh. It's very similar in Cardiff, as there's a big castle in the middle of the city centre, and I kind of had a little wander around there and seen the sights, seen the markets and the shops, and it was very nice. And then going back to my hotel, I kind of got ready, freshened up, and headed over to the arena, I guess you'd call it. It's the Motorpoint Arena in Cardiff, is where the concert took place, and we had to go over there around 3 o'clock for all the VIP people to hang around the door, make sure everyone was there on time, because if you turn up late, you're obviously not going to be able to get in, and that wouldn't be any fun for anyone who's paid, quite a bit of money. And I was on, the standard VIP, but you could also get a side stage upgrade where you could go onto the side of the stage when Megadeth were playing and watch them play during that. So that was quite interesting. I think there was like 4 or 5 people that chose to do that, but myself, I was just the normal VIP, which was around 40 of us in a room, and we got handed out various pieces of exclusive VIP merchandise, as you'll see here. We got the poster, which was all signed, and the set list, which we actually got after the gig, which was quite cool, because usually you just get given that stuff at the start, and then you go to the gig and it gets crushed with people, pushing around and that sort of stuff. We also got some nice pin badges and wall flag, which I've not opened up yet, but that looks pretty cool. And then I also got some cool hoodie and a t-shirt after the gig. So yeah, just getting some, memorable merch that's related to the tour, as well as the actual VIP merch, was pretty cool. And as you'll see, here's me with the band themselves. As I mentioned, I really got to show my appreciation and get speaking to them a little bit before getting my photo taken, and it was just really a surreal moment for me, and being able to meet people like that. Well, they are just ordinary people who go around and make music. It is really impactful on people's lives, and you can really relate to them. When they were doing the Q&A and we were getting to ask a couple of questions, and kind of hearing their points of view, it was really interesting and enjoyable experience. And I would definitely go and do it again if they come back again. Hopefully they'll come back to Scotland next time. But if you're not aware of the band, the singer Dave Mustaine had recently went through a very large amount of treatments for his throat cancer that he was going through last year, and he was luckily able to get through all that, and the treatment helped him out. So being able to see him, happy and healthy and just really getting on with his life was, a joyous thing for the fans that were there. We were really supportive to him, and he was really giving it back to us. So that was good there. And after the VIP, we got to kind of go in. Not quite early, but as soon as the doors opened, all of the VIP people that I was there with, we got to go into the stage, and then they slowly started letting in the ordinary queuing people in through the doors, and they put on an incredible show. I won't show any clips of the actual songs for copyright issues that will probably get claimed, but I'll show you a little clip of Dave speaking about him overcoming his cancer and his treatments at the end of the video, if you stick around and want to enjoy seeing that, because the crowd reaction was, very supportive, and it definitely made him quite happy seeing the kind of response that the audience was giving him. And then staying for Five Finger Death Punch after that as well. They were very enjoyable. They put on a good show and had some good energy. And then I, headed back to the hotel room, went for a little sleep, and then had to get up the next day and travel. I travelled on the train for 2 hours roughly, or a bit less than that. Headed over to my hotel in London Wembley, which I then just kind of unpacked my stuff, had a little chill, got some food again like the previous day, and then headed over to the venue, because I like going to gigs quite early so that I can get to the front. And I got to see Bad Wolves again, because they actually performed a couple of songs on the London night that they didn't perform the previous night, so seeing that was really enjoyable. And again, obviously I was there for Megadeth, so seeing them play twice was just a dream come true for me. And I then decided to just leave after Megadeth. There was quite a lot of people that left after Megadeth both nights, because that's what they're there for, and they're quite a different band from Five Finger Death Punch. And seeing as I'd already seen them the previous night in Cardiff, I felt like I'll just go back to the hotel, because I was quite tired by that point, honestly, and I just wanted some food and a sleep for the flight home the next day. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything. Just kind of share my thoughts and experiences with you, and let you know how much I enjoyed the show, because it was really good. And if you're into this kind of genre of music, I would definitely recommend going and seeing them, especially with everything that Dave has went through recently. I felt like it was the right time to go and see him, because life is too short to just pass up any kind of opportunities that are given to you. And I'll definitely look forward to seeing them again in the future if they come back to the UK anytime soon. But they're supposed to be releasing an album this year some point, and they're doing a big tour across America to kind of celebrate that when it releases. So hopefully next year they'll come back to the UK, and especially Scotland. But even if they don't come to Scotland, I'll definitely be going around the UK and travelling with them and seeing them at a fair number of their shows, because that is how much I enjoy them. And I would definitely recommend getting into them if you haven't gotten into them before, or you know, maybe you've listened to a couple of songs or albums here or there in the past and you've not caught up with their new stuff, I would definitely recommend doing that, because it was a very enjoyable experience, and live music is something that a lot more people should be going to. I mean, you know, the gigs that are, you know, big like that, they often do sell out. I think the London one was one that sold out, but even still, it's something that even more people should be getting into, in my opinion, just because of the way that things are nowadays with streaming services and all that kind of thing, listening to music passively. But yeah, that's my experience. If you want to know anything else, then be sure to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it as quickly as possible. And stay on the lookout for more videos coming soon, as I'll be looking to kind of post up a little bit more frequently, you know, once a week, that kind of thing, and stay in touch with you guys a little bit more often. So I've been Connor, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Last year, about this time, I started to feel sick. I started to have some pain right in here. And it was hard for me to sing because it just hurt. And I went to the doctor and I got a checkup and he said, "You have cancer." And so we stopped touring, we stopped the record. We were in the middle of recording record 16, we just stopped. And I went into the hospital and I started cancer treatment. And every day, I kept thinking, man, I'm not going to let this stop me. So I prayed, I thought of you.